How to talk to an attractive girl. Never run out of things to say. Have you ever frozen up around a girl you're really attracted to, not knowing what to say next? You're definitely not alone. In fact, that's a situation almost everyone finds themselves in at some point. You're talking, trying to make a great impression, and suddenly your mind goes blank. And you're worried about seeming awkward or boring. But here's the good news. With just a few practical tips, you'll be able to keep any conversation flowing smoothly, naturally, and with confidence. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to talk to an attractive girl without ever running out of things to say. These strategies don't just help you keep the conversation going. They'll also boost your confidence and make talking to anyone feel effortless. So whether you're on a first date, meeting someone for the first time, or just striking up a casual chat, these tips are going to make a huge difference. Let's dive right into it. 1. Start with a positive primer. Before you even start a conversation, there's a secret trick you can use: priming. Positive priming is a powerful psychological technique that involves setting a favorable tone at the start of an interaction, creating a welcoming and comfortable environment for both you and the person you're talking to. It's essentially about priming the mind with positivity, so the person is more likely to respond in a positive and open manner throughout the conversation. This concept is rooted in psychology, where studies have shown that when people are exposed to positive words, images, or behaviors, they're more inclined to act kindly, respond warmly, and feel good in the presence of others. For example, you could say something like, I love having these kinds of conversations with someone who's so open-minded. See what I did there? You're subtly setting a positive tone and creating the expectation that this will be a great conversation. Researchers actually found that you can prime people to be politer or ruder simply by using specific words. One study had participants work with words related to politeness, while another group worked with neutral words, and the third group had words related to rudeness. They found that the group primed with polite words was way more patient when asked to wait afterward. Using priming, you can subtly suggest the vibe of the conversation right from the start. 2. Use personal stories instead of short replies. One of the quickest ways to keep a conversation going is to bring it to life with personal stories rather than short, one-word responses. When someone shares a story, it's engaging and gives the other person more to connect with. Compare that to saying just yes or no, and you'll see how much more meaningful a conversation can feel when there's a story involved. For instance, if she comments on the weather, resist the urge to just agree and move on. Instead, share a small story that ties into her comment. Let's say she says, "The weather's been so nice lately." You could reply with, "It really has. I actually went hiking last weekend, and it was incredible. I ended up on this trail that had a view of the entire city. It felt like I was seeing it for the first time." This response does more than just acknowledge the weather. It adds a unique piece of your life to the conversation, making it easier for her to respond and share her own experiences. When you share stories, you're not only giving her something memorable to hold on to, but you're also creating an opportunity for her to ask questions and relate to you. In this way, stories become a powerful tool to build a deeper connection and make the conversation flow. 3. Show genuine curiosity with the 3 whys technique. Another great way to make any conversation feel meaningful is to show genuine curiosity by asking why multiple times. This doesn't mean grilling her with questions, but gently encouraging her to go deeper into her answers. By asking why up to 3 times on a single topic, you're giving her the chance to open up, and it shows that you're truly interested in understanding her beyond surface-level responses. For example, imagine she says she's been really into photography lately. Instead of moving on to a new topic right away, you could ask, "Why photography? What do you love about it?" She might say something like, "It helps me relax and be in the moment." Then you could follow up with, "Why do you feel like you need that escape?" She might mention her job or some stresses she's dealing with, which opens up a whole new layer of conversation. Using the 3 whys technique is a simple way to go beyond small talk and dive into more personal topics, which builds a deeper connection. It's also a great strategy to keep the conversation going without forcing anything. Each why gives her a chance to reveal more about herself, and by the time you reach the 3rd question, you're likely talking about things that actually matter to her, making her feel understood and appreciated. 4. Bring in your surroundings. Another powerful way to keep a conversation flowing naturally is to use what's around you, your surroundings, as part of your conversation. This is called multimodal communication, and it goes beyond just words. And when you're in a public setting like a cafe, park, or event, you have a wealth of environmental cues you can tap into to keep the interaction interesting and spontaneous. For instance, you might comment on a piece of art on the wall, the music playing in the background, or even a unique drink or food item that's part of the setting. This makes the conversation feel more connected to the present moment, keeping things light and engaging. Let's say you're at a coffee shop, and there's a fun or unusual drink on the menu. You could bring it up as a conversation starter, saying something like, "Have you ever tried this weird matcha ginger latte they have here? I'm kind of tempted to see what it's like." This opens up an easygoing discussion about trying new things, which could lead to a back and forth about other unique foods or drinks you've both tried. Another way to do this is by referencing objects or visuals around you. Maybe there's a quirky decoration, an interesting person nearby, or even a scenic view if you're outdoors. These small details make the conversation more immersive, making it feel like you're sharing a real-time experience together. Using your environment to spark conversation adds a sense of spontaneity and helps avoid awkward silences. It also communicates that you're present, noticing details, and finding ways to make the interaction more interesting. 5. Use humor and positive energy, emotional contagion. Nothing lights up a conversation like humor and positive energy. The ability to make someone laugh or even just smile can instantly shift the mood, helping both of you relax and enjoy the moment. This concept is known as emotional contagion. The idea that emotions are contagious and can be passed from one person to another. When you bring a positive, upbeat energy to the conversation, it's likely she'll start to feel that way too, making the interaction more enjoyable for both of you. Humor doesn't have to be complicated or over the top to work. Even something as simple as a lighthearted tease or a small joke about the setting can lighten the mood. For example, if you're at a cafe and her drink is especially complicated, you could say, "Wow, that's a serious order. Are you sure you're ready for that level of commitment?" It's playful and fun, showing her that you're not afraid to be a bit cheeky in a way that's respectful and light. Playful teasing can also help create a sense of familiarity, making her feel more comfortable and open. When you bring this kind of positive energy, she'll likely mirror it, thanks to emotional contagion. This mirroring isn't just subconscious, it's a natural part of how humans connect. When she's smiling and laughing with you, it reinforces that she's having a good time, and that's what makes her want to keep the conversation going. By focusing on humor and positivity, you make the interaction feel effortless and enjoyable, leaving her with a great impression and wanting to spend more time with you. Well, now that you've got these 5 techniques in your toolkit, you're ready to approach conversations with confidence and make a memorable impression. Thanks for watching, and remember, confidence and curiosity are your best friends in any conversation. See you in the next video.